Today I'm going to be making 5-layer cookies, and they consist of Hershey's semi-sweet chocolate chips, which are $2.50 at Stop and Shop. Reese's peanut butter chips, which are also $2.50. Butter, a cup of Hershey's, a cup of Reese's, half a cup of butter, and like a full thing of butter costs $5.39. Condensed milk, 14 ounces, and that's $3.15. And then graham cracker crumbs, which are $3.39. And that's a cup and a half of graham cracker crumbs. And the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna unwrap your butter and put it in. I like to put mine in a mug, a Reese's mug. Put it in a mug and melt it. And depending on your microwave, time will vary. Now, to melt butter, you don't put in a time. You gotta defrost it. And I do mine fine. Mine's automatic, so it just does that. Butter is melted. It should look, I don't know. It should kind of look like a bodily fluid. You preheat your oven, 350 for, I don't know, 325 for a glass pan. And this here that I'm using is a oven. You heat things with an oven. You cook them and you heat them in the oven. And this is a KitchenAid. They cost thousands of dollars. I wouldn't say thousands, probably hundreds, but care for the oven. To clean it, you just you can wipe it down. On the inside, there's a feature on here that says clean. Right about there. And you put that on and it heats up 600 degrees, and then you have a clean oven. Okay, next thing, after you have the oven done and have melted your butter, you pour your butter in your 9 by 13. Yes, you pour the butter in the 9 by 13 pan. Oh, look at that. Milky butter. Spread it around evenly. And then you take your cup and a half of graham cracker crumbs. I have pre-measured in this bag. Use a dry measuring cup. And you pour it evenly over. And then you press them in. And you spread them about. Okay, after you press them in, you put in your condensed milk. We use Carnation. Now, get out of the kitchen. Go. Because you take a 14-ounce can of condensed milk and you spread it evenly over. It's probably the grossest consistency, and it's just gross. Then after you have your condensed milk all spread, it's spread. Ew. Take a cup of chocolate chips. Take a cup of chocolate chips. Oven's done. And spread them about your concoction. And the way that chocolate chips were like originated were back in 1930. A woman by the name of Ruth Wakefield was making chocolate chip cookies, and she cut up chocolate like chunks and made just kind of shavings, and she thought they'd melt and make like double chocolatey chocolate cookies, but they didn't. They softened into chocolate chips. And the origin of chocolate is started from the Theobroma cocoa tree, and it was back when the Aztecs were alive, had life. They used them as currency, and then Christopher Columbus brought them back to Europe and added milk and sugar. After you add your chocolate chips, you add a cup of peanut butter chips. Oops. Instead of putting chocolate chips and peanut butter chips, you can add nuts, like you can add walnuts, you can add coconut. In my recipes, I always like to put on more chocolate chips and more peanut butter chips because 1 cup is not enough. Then your end product should look, well, before you put it in the oven, should look like in the oven, and you put it in the oven for 20 to 25 minutes or until lightly browned.